I'm going to wait a little bit. But to say the least, there's a reason. We got a situation. And I'm going to explain it all because it's the reason that I haven't been uploading recently. It's the reason I stopped burning subjects. The reason of those things. Well, I may have said that I was, moving on with my life, which I am, which I'm going to college in January, and a couple of days ago I turned 18, which that's cool. But there's been something going on for years that I never told anyone, except for some of our close friends. But enough is enough. Someone has been cyberbullying us for the last 2 years. And to say the least, I've reached my boiling point because they're trying to frame us. They're trying to, quote unquote, cancel us. In fact, the thing is, though, I'm immune to it. They've gotten other people, though. Which, that's the thing that mostly upsets me. Other channels have been taken down because of them. Others have been robbed of their dignity because of them. But I have nothing to rob. I'm a complete neutral. They've literally scraped everything that they could find off of my social media just to see if they could accuse me of anything. But I've done absolutely nothing wrong, surprisingly. In fact, I'm quite social. I talk to people and I just try to, yeah. We didn't do anything wrong. It's just that they were old friends. Well, friends. They're not anymore. You guys remember Michael from the first episodes of Burning Subjects. Well, he turned against us, and he joined a gang of sorts to take us down, our friends. In fact, some of our friends never did come back to YouTube. Never. In fact, one of them never came back to the internet. They've been impersonating some of my friends. Brandon. I'm sorry. But they've been following us. They have been tracking our every move, and it's horrifying. Although I'm not scared of that anymore. Because it's gone on long enough. I'm not scared anymore. I'm just annoyed. I want them gone. I want to move on with our lives. In fact, I don't even care if the only way to do it is just to delete a few videos or I don't know, break away from something else. Just leave us alone. We want to be at peace. And yet you won't let that go. If you're watching this, the person, yeah. There was a comment earlier and they were scraping at the bottom of the barrel again, saying that, oh, why do you hate women, Andrew? But that's not true. Although there is something that is true. I have no sexual activity. I'm not interested in anyone, really, when it comes to sexual activity. I'm not interested in anyone. I'm just not that kind of person. It's weird. Yeah, but I'm just not the kind of person to... Yes, I make jokes about it a lot, but those are jokes. I mean, take a joke in whatever context you say, but a joke is a joke. I'm just not the kind of person to be that to do that stuff. And they were also saying that, I just hate women, but I don't. I may not be attracted to them, but they're fun to hang out with. I'll tell you this. A couple of months ago, I went to the Cripple Creek and Victor Narrow Gauge Railroad, and their engineer was a woman. And she was one of the best engineers I've ever met. One of the kindest, one of the hardest working, actually. The one at the Cripple Creek, for those who don't know, is a little O4L built in by Hunslet in Germany. Well, not Hunslet, but it was built in Germany. And the locomotive's so small that it really requires only one person to fire it. And so she did. She fired the locomotive and ran it. And on top of that, she also made the announcements for the train, as well as giving us the tour around the railroad. It was amazing. She was great at her job, and I still wish I could have said bye. But on the last day of our trip, there was another engineer, which she was still, working there. I just didn't get to catch her on the last day. But what makes anyone think that I would hate women? In fact, I donate to lgbt every few months. In fact, the main contractor for the boiler jacketing at 2926 was a woman. I had the pleasure of working with her. That was how I got my profile picture for this channel. It's the reward at 2926 for helping with the boiler jacketing. I don't understand. I just don't. I really don't. I've been wanting to let this out for a while, like way too long. I mean, in the streams, I hided the fact that we were constantly being hunted down by someone who was trying to get rid of us. But I don't understand why. I really don't. We're just here, and they have their own lives. They could probably be doing something, and yet here they are. Every waking moment trying to find a way to this has gone on long enough, and we've been in hiding for way too long. Jim was thinking about retiring. I mean, I respect him for that, but still, it's sad. But seriously, this has been a roller coaster. And it's just been going on for too much. It's been too much. And today was the breaking point. I couldn't handle any longer. I had to do something about it. Because nobody else has. We've been cowering. We have been hiding. We have been trying to stay away because we're afraid. But I'm not anymore. So if you're watching this, is the troll here? Why? If you're here watching this, why? Why? 2 years of just her following us on the internet, of all things. A digital platform. A platform where literally nothing actually truly exists. Why? And why do you care about us so much? We met you on the internet, probably. I just don't understand. I mean, I came a part of the train community because I thought that it would be stable here. Thought it'd be nice, and especially because a lot of the train people I meet in real life are kind and very hardworking and devoted to exactly what they're doing. And that's how it is when I meet people in real life. But on the internet, everyone just seems to be vulnerable. It seems to be a little bit not vulnerable. Everyone seems to be they just seem to grab too hard. But you know, if you grab something too hard, it's going to shatter. Too much grip, you're going to squish it. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have been dealing with the same thing that I have. And for those who are watching this that have, you're not alone. But I will tell you this. You don't have to be with them. You don't have to play their game. Your book is your own, and if written the right way, can be the very thing that makes you interesting to read. Which that's something DA Games actually said. That's a quote from him. And if there's any mistakes that we make in our past, then it's best if we learn from them to make ourselves better. Instead of holding on to them saying, oh my God, I'm so bad. I can't do it any better, or things like that. The light bulb wasn't invented with one step. Some people say that it was just 100 mistakes in order to get to creating the light bulb. Not really. It was 100 steps to creating the light bulb. I just don't understand why people can't let go of the worst of the past. You know, it's the reason that there's been statues that have been taken down here in Albuquerque, because they have dark history behind them. But that's the history. That's in the past. We're supposed to learn about those mistakes so that we don't make them again. Take instance, Titanic. 100 years ago, 1,518 people pulled into the icy waters. Then only 100 years later, in January, would the same thing happen again, except with only 32 lives lost. It's annoying that people can't learn from their mistakes. And it's the reason that people are constantly committing suicide. It's because they think that they're caught in the moment and that they'll never leave. They think they're stuck in a time capsule. I mean, a lot of people want to go back in time. I mean, I did for a while. But I've learned that it's not ideal. Because if we go back in time, then we'll be stuck with not only some of the good stuff, but we'll also be stuck with all of the bad stuff that's from the past. Take instance, back then in the 80s, we definitely had quite the plethora of steam locomotives operating, and we could have seen tons ridden behind some grand locomotives. But the bad part being that they probably wouldn't have been maintained as well as they are today. Because the Gettysburg Railroad disaster is what gave us that limitation. We needed to maintain our stuff better. And now look, our locomotives are better than ever when it comes to running them, when it comes to restoring them, and when it comes to ones that are running right now. The best ones of the best are now running. And even 1218. Sadly, I learned recently that 1218 was actually a lemon. The crew didn't like 1218, surprisingly. Although I love 1218 as a locomotive. It's just, yeah. But this has gone on long enough, and we've been followed for too long. We need to go. Can you go to rest? Just leave us. Just go. And if you need us to do something, or if you want something from us, just say it. But if you want our lives, you're not going to have them. Because our lives are only for us. Anyway, though, I just wanted to give a public announcement as to what's been going on. Because I've had enough. And I think everyone here has too. Well, anyway, though, thanks for the kind words, but words aren't really enough to stop him. I've realized that as I'm doing this, that he's probably not going to stop either way. He's just going to continue doing it like he's always been. What can we do? He's been creating alternate accounts, and it's been weird. I mean, I might make a live stream where in the future I might take down the cool wall and put the pictures in a box for if I get a college dorm or something like that, maybe. But yeah, if you guys are dealing with this yourself, then you don't need to like the video at all. You don't need to do anything. All you just need to know is that you're not alone. And if you need our help, we'll try helping you too. Well, anyway, that's really all I had to say. So maybe I might upload someday, maybe not. But I guess see you later.